Hey, what's happening, people? Dan from Spurs Mania here. I thought I'd do a video. It's too hot upstairs. I can't sleep. This heat wave that we're having at the moment. Jeez. My eye was watery in the last video because all the sun cream just ran into my one eye, and it was just. Oh. But it's nice to see the sun, and it's nice to be safe, isn't it? Happy for Sunday and what prevailed. We're safe again, and that's got to be a right rocket up the owners' butts, to put it nicely. We've got to just. I know they've Peter Charrington put some big words out there and talking about, oh, we start again with the new windows. It's going to be a few windows and what have you. It's like, you've all been there since this. We had all that bump before we went into the January window. How Levy was gone and how things were going to change then. That didn't happen. We had this muppet of Lange saying how hard it is in the January window and blah, blah, blah. How we were in for Semenyo. He was never coming to us at that point. That could have been done last summer, and he probably would have come at that point. For everyone else moving on their targets, we missed the boat there, and it's kind of, this is what ENIC do. They give us a false bravado and, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Big talk. And it's just rinse and repeat. And we're sick of this script, aren't we? And they're talking now about De Zerbi. And yeah, De Zerbi has been a breath of fresh air. And he's kind of got them out of the schmuck, so to speak. Without swearing. Try not to swear. And yeah, they landed on their feet really with him, because I bet they were absolutely pooping themselves about going down to the Championship potentially. And honestly, that would have been the absolute pits, because you know what would have happened. They would have sold all their best players to try and make up for the revenue lost. We'd get Championship-rated players, we'd get youngsters, prospects again, and we wouldn't have had the fight to get out of that division, I don't think, straight away. I honestly don't think many players would have been loyal to fighting for that cause. Ben Davies probably would have got extended, as great as he has been for us, and he's still brilliant for Wales, don't get me wrong. But yeah, we need to be looking for a higher pedigree of player now, and hopefully Ben Davies will have a coaching role at the club at some point. I don't know what his ambitions is. I can imagine he'd go back to Swansea perhaps, and then end up coming back to us. And he's got a role for me. He's got a role in the club forever. Like Ledley King, ambassador or whatever he wants to be, we got to encourage him to go and do that. When the time is right for him, he's always, for me, he's got a. It's like what they say in there. You got a key to the city, like you got a key to Tottenham. Always welcome back. Always loyal servant. I think Bissouma. I don't think is Bissouma's contract up in the summer, and if it is, just, let him go now. Let him go. I don't understand why we extend players sometimes for 1 year to try and sell them on, and it never happens. It doesn't happen. We're not great at moving players on. So let him go. I know I loved what De Zerbi said after we stayed up. I liked how he held it back to after we stay up, saying we got 10 to 12 players that we could be here next season. So he's looking for a big overhaul in the quality of the squad. It'll be interesting to know who them 10 players are, Kinski, wow. After that Atletico Madrid game, I don't know if I posted on it thinking, that was harsh, that game. And his mistakes before he got took off. I agreed at the time for him getting taken off. I know Tudor's had a lot of slack for that, knowing that Vicario was going to have this operation. Like, we didn't know that at the time as fans. But wow, what a comeback he's made. And wow, honestly, that could have ended a lot of keepers' careers at that Atletico Madrid game in the Champions League on his Champions League debut. Absolutely, wow. He has been a big part in keeping us up. You think about that. Them 2 saves against Leeds. And again, pulling off a fantastic save again in the Everton game in injury time. I think it was the 85th minute. Had that gone in, oh my gosh, with West Ham already wrapping up their game 3-0, it would have been super, super nervy. I don't think my heart could have took it. But we crossed the line, and he had a big part of saying that. He's been absolutely brilliant since Vicario's gone. And good God, he's number 1 keeper at the moment. I think Vicario has been rumoured to go back to Italy now this summer. I think we should, let that happen. Vicario always makes me nervous on set plays and what have you. I remember Sean Dyche just exploiting that, and then every team tried to do it and just unsettle him. We had Ben White pulling at his gloves and what have you, and brilliant shot stopper, don't get me wrong, like Lloris was, but he gets us nervous when he's playing with his feet. Kinski, he is top with his feet. I know that Atletico Madrid game was different, and apparently Barcelona struggled there. They super wet the pitch up. I don't understand how players are not warming up and getting a feel for that on the warm-up, changing the boots and what have you, or if they haven't packed them, I don't know. Surely they've got all sorts at that level for their choosing. But it'll be interesting this summer. I think Vicario will go. It'll be interesting to see if we go for a number 1. Kinski, he's been brilliant since that Atletico Madrid game, and he's worthy of the number 1 at the moment. I don't know if we can. The only reason that he wouldn't is if we could attract a really good top class goalkeeper, which I don't think we will, and I don't think we'll pay the money for all the other things in the squad we need to address. The main thing is getting a top striker in. Solanke, I think, is good enough to be backup, but we want that number 1 first choice. I think Richie's got to move on this summer now. Muani will 100% be sent back to the club where he came from, PSG. There's absolutely no way we're signing him. He didn't want to be there from the off. I've said that all season. I was quite happy when he came in, but then you could tell his attitude was not on. The only game he did turn up for was PSG, the club that's loaned him out. He scored 2 against PSG, if I remember rightly, and I think he'd done something against Frankfurt as well in the Champions League, like his old clubs. Apart from that, he was not interested at all. I know he's played out on the right. I don't blame us for selling Johnson for 35 million. I thought that was a good deal. That was a good deal. That was good money, but I was annoyed at the time for not getting a replacement. And it'll be interesting to see what we do with these wide positions again. I know where we took a massive risk. I said it going into the season. Odegaard, we put all our eggs in Odegaard or Tell. One of them coming good, and let's be honest, bang average. I know Odegaard is out now for a long period of time, probably till the end of the year, I'd imagine. Kind of a similar situation that we had with Kulu at the end of last season, and we haven't seen him back. So yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with Odegaard now. But even when he does come, his squad's position is gone at the start of the season, and then we'll see then, and then in January or what have you. I think a loan will be best for him then at that point. Tell, you know, he's sprightly, he's got a lot of promise, but then he's still young, and he still doesn't make the right decisions sometimes. Like that overhead kick against Leeds, for example, just one of them. But you do a lot of like where he should pass and he doesn't, or he should shoot and he doesn't. But he has got quality, you know, that right curl finish, kind of Son-esque, as we saw with Son when he came. But I was surprised when we made his move permanent in the summer after his loan trial last season. I thought we were going to leave him there, to be honest. Yeah, I think Palhinha, 100%. I don't get why fans are just not liking or think that we shouldn't sign him. For me, he's got to be. That's what annoyed me with Frank. Or like, I don't know, when he was on the bench, that annoyed me, that did, because he has got that quality. He's got that winning the ball. He's got something in his locker. He's winning the ball. I think he's got the most tackles this season in the Premier League. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure that's right. And I'm sure he did under Fulham as well. That number 6 position, he absolutely nails it. He's brilliant at there. All he needs to do is win the ball and play simple, and he's chipped in with some important goals. I would be so disappointed if we don't sign him permanent now. Bentancur, again, when he's on his day, brilliant. He needs to stay. Conor Gallagher needs to stay as well. Obviously, put a big performance in against Villa, and I think we're only going to see more from him next season. And them 3 should be in and amongst that 2 in midfield. Number 10, Maddison, hopefully he comes back, gets a good pre-season under his belt. But then, yes, the backup parade then, and we've had a lot of injuries again this season. I saw something on the BBC just now that we're going to have a major investigation into the medical staff, and do wonder if it's something to do with the pitch as well, the retractable pitch with the NFL and what have you. Because we've had a lot of, when we get injuries, they're out for donkeys, big injuries, long-term injuries, and we need to look into that and look into that pitch. It's got to change next season because, we got to just beef the squad up. I think Dragusin will move on this summer. I think he'll go back to Serie A with Vicario. It's interesting then, isn't it? This Senesi from Bournemouth, brilliant signing. I do wonder if he comes in, if De Zerbi might not fancy Danzo, if he might go. He's been really good on times for us, and can't knock him for being a good squad player. But I do wonder as well if he wants to just play regular. We've got Vuskovic. For me, it'll be criminal if we put him back out on loan next season. We saw what he was like in pre-season, and I thought we were stupid to let him go in pre-season. And yeah, he wanted to go to Hamburg, and he was career-minded. Van de Ven, Romero in front of him, he just wants regular football. It might be a possibility Romero goes on this summer. If he does, he needs to go for good money. And if a good offer come in, I wouldn't blame the club for letting him go. but it's got to be minimum, absolute minimum to recoup the money that we paid out at a minimum and more. We forked out 40 million for him. For me, he is world class on his day, but I don't know, his attitude this season, it is questionable on times. I love him. I loved him. I always do. But then there was a bit of that with Mickey van der Ven as well this season. I don't know, his head went on times and he wasn't in for it. All of a sudden we're hearing that he wants to stay and he's committed. He's after that new contract. I don't know if his agents put the feelers out and the interest is not there. I know De Zerbi's done it. You know, you want to play for De Zerbi. He seems that. He's passionate. He wants to win. And Sandro said, like, Sandro played under him. He always raves how good he was. Everyone who's played under him raves how good he is. As a man manager, his passion. And yeah, don't get me wrong, no objections against Mickey van der Ven signing a new deal. If Senesi comes in as well, Vuskovic, I want to see Vuskovic in it. Vuskovic and van der Ven. Senesi maybe as a kind of squad player then. You know, it's going to be a squad game. We haven't got Europe next year, so this is a thing. You want to beef that squad up, but then there's going to be people unhappy, but we shouldn't care for that. Get the squad in place. Xavi Simons as well. He was looking really good at one point. Coming into it and then he gets a long-term injury. Yes. Something's not right with that pitch or something's not right with the medical team. It does need full investigation. Langer's got to go. He's got to go straight away. Absolute disastrous January window with letting Johnson go and then just getting Conor Gallagher in. Oh, and my God, imagine we went down. We almost did, and it's been a disaster for us finishing where we were for the second time in a row. 17th is just not good enough. Winning that Europa last year should have been the springboard. And that's why I was annoyed at the time. You can go back and look at the videos. I was so annoyed when we got rid of Ange. Yes, he deserved more time. Even if it went or Pete Tong a few months into the season and he'd been gone by Christmas, then fair enough. But him winning that trophy, the first European trophy for 44 years, first trophy I think was in 17 or 18 years. The message that we send to the outside world, to the profession, to the game, for anyone wanting to come to us, sends the wrong signal out. I said that at the time, and Thomas Frank came in then, and it just never clicked. And Tudor was just baffling, and we've been through the mill this season. We've absolutely been through the mill. It's just been a disastrous season. Disastrous. We didn't even have the luxury of a good cup run anywhere this season either, which kind of didn't make last season as bad. And for Ange Postecoglou's speech of the third season, I was all in for that. And back him. And this is what annoys me. ENIC, I don't care what they call now, it's still ENIC running us. And yes, family members and stuff now, but it's still the same old. Ange spoke, he was ambitious, and the funny thing is now, De Zerbi saying he already pictures his dream team for next season. kind of like pushing it on them. Right, we need investment this summer. Shake it up, and we can go. We can do good things again. If they don't, and they let him down on targets, and if we get all that speech of, oh, we went in for so and so again, we went in for so and so, but they didn't come. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that at all next at the end of this window now, after the summer window. For me, a worrying sign as well already is seeing us linked to Savinho again. Again, he's a club. Where's this coming from? It's coming from Lange. It's club signings again. It rings bells. Sensini, I think he was mentioned before De Zerbi. Robertson again. That was in January. For me, give De Zerbi full say on the signings. The director of football, Lange's got to go. Let De Zerbi get his man in. Let him get all his coaching staff. Whatever he wants, just let him have reign on that. Let's go back to a manager being a manager. Like back to you look at like Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger. They were the ones who were signing people. They were the ones dictating who's coming in, who's going. We need to give control to the manager now, because this director of football, the chopping and changing, no director of football, then another director of football. It's been a mess. It's been a mess. We need a proper structure in there now. And I don't understand why we're looking at the likes of Brighton, the likes of Brentford. Like there's rumours that, we want that kind of model in place. No, we're a big club. We get big revenues in. Trust the manager, let him manage. Let him have full reign. And let's go. And let's do things proper now next season. We need a good summer now. Good summer. Solid summer. I want to see signings coming in early. Apparently the women's team have already started signing players early. So maybe there is... I'm not going to get into believing them again. I just want to see what prevails. But yeah, we need a bit of a shake-up. We need to get rid of all the dross. There's a lot of players that have got to go. Muani's got to go. Dragusin needs to go. Bissouma needs to go. Richarlison needs to go. And then we got other players, and some of these youngsters, they need to be loaned out. But then we need to look at Vuskovic. There's everyone wanted him. Man City wanted him. Real Madrid wanted him. Barcelona wanted him. Inter Milan. There was so much interest before we actually got him across the line. He's had a solid season out on loan now in the Bundesliga. He's probably one of the most top sought after prospects in Europe. And I saw him in some UEFA final before against Inter Milan. He absolutely looked like a man against boys in that, and that was ages ago. And he's had a solid season. He looked good in pre-season for us last year. He needs to be involved in he needs to be part of the first team setup. We can't afford to sell him on, because I reckon for what he is, he's a proper beast of a player. 18 years of age, and he's absolutely physical specimen, absolute monster, hungry for it. He's got all the mental attributes. He's a top player. We need him as part of that first team squad next year. Even a starter, perhaps. I wouldn't be surprised if he's a starter. If Romero goes, he comes back into the fray. Senesi, if he comes in, he could potentially be back up to Vuskovic. But that's what we want. We want competition. We want them fighting for their places. there's a lot to be looked at this summer. I think surely the board got to look at it this season again, 17th. All that talk last season when they got rid of Ange. Oh, we need to be competing on all fronts. Bull. You need to be backing this team, backing the football side of things, investing that money and sorting it out, because they charge the fans like the highest in Europe, one of the highest season ticket prices in Europe. For that, you expect top quality football. De Zerbi is brilliant, he's in, and I believe in him. Now, I know I was sceptical when he came in, because I thought it's going to be, if we go down, he's going to have that Conte rage. And I think he's still capable of that if this summer doesn't pan out. And I think him speaking of, right, we now prepare for next season, envisaging his talking about his dream team next season, he's putting it on the board now. If he don't get what he wants this summer, for me, he's going to walk. He's going to walk. And he's going to slate us. It's going to be Conte 2.0. I said that when we took him on, because I have no faith in the board. Not him as an individual. I get his passion. Been fantastic keeping us up. Fair dues. He's already earned his coin in doing that. But now, if we're gonna go up levels again and start competing again, we need to back him. And it's going to be a big summer in front of him. And this talk of getting a world-class director of football, Langean up to scratch. He's got to be the fall guy for this season, and so has Vinny Venkatesham. He needs to go as well. And we need to get De Zerbi type people in, people who got passion for the football side of things, people who with conviction in what they do. Like, can you imagine we hear about Lange flying out to try and get Vuskovic to sign a new deal? That was weeks ago. We haven't heard anything since. There's no new deal for Vuskovic as of yet. Can't imagine that he's impressed with anything. Every time Lange speaks, I don't know. I don't believe in the guy. So I can't imagine the players do either. So that should be one of the first changes we make this summer. And then, yeah, we need to start getting the quality in. Start putting our money out there. And just, yeah. De Zerbi knows what he wants. And, no doubt. And whatever he wants, whatever his vision is, he knows how he wants to play with this high press and this intensity football and this quick passing. We saw it Brighton. Had that team fluid. And he'll know the sort of player that he wants for that. So we need to go out there and get them early. Get them before the World Cup starts now. Make a statement signing. Go and get them first one or two top targets, and the others will follow. Anyone in the football world will see what De Zerbi's done with Spurs, because a lot of fans thought we were down, us included, and he's totally got the good feelings about the players again now. And while we're hot, we got to strike. Yeah, I'm hoping for massive things this summer, big things. I know De Zerbi wants that as well, but it's all on the board now. And yeah, for every end of season speech or what have you, and the big words, I see the actions. It's going to be an interesting summer. And as always, I'll always support this club. I love this club. Tottenham till I die. Come on, you Spurs.